2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 15 and 16. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. I want to give our praises and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakha Kodash, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. In this lesson I'm going into, we are spiritually armed and dangerous. Okay, we are spiritually armed and dangerous. All right, and when you think about that, it is very, very accurate and true. Okay, because we have no military might, we have no weapons. We're not carnal, man. We're spiritual. This is a spiritual war, and we understand that. But on the flip side, Esau, the devil, the secret council, the wicked, the elites, they have all the carnal weapons. All the carnal weapons. And they also understand on the left-hand side, they have the witchcraft, okay, and the sorcery, and casting spells upon the people through Satan. All right, but they know it's a flip side to that on the right-hand side, okay, of the man on the earth that believes sincerely in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Our inward man is being renewed day by day, and that renewed is power from the throne. Okay, that renewing is coming from the throne, which is pure power, wisdom, pure power. They understand that, and that's a threat to them. Okay, that's why I said we are spiritually armed and dangerous, and they know it. Okay, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 25. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Who is she? That's talking about wisdom. Okay, a pure influence, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty, coming from the throne, flowing from the throne all the way down here to certain men of Israel. Okay, therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Okay, so she is the breath of the power of God. So she is power. Wisdom is pure power coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, from the throne. Okay, so that power comes down from the throne, comes down to us to renew us, to strengthen us, okay, by the influence of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in righteousness and in power and in belief and faith. That is a spiritual threat. Okay, there is no bomb on the earth, nuclear bomb, whatever weapon they create that they got, because they got many weapons that we don't know about. Strong weapons, mighty weapons. Okay, but the mightiest weapon of all the weapons is wisdom. Okay, it's standing with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai standing with you, I should say, behind you as your strength. That's what they're scared about, man. All right, because that's how our inward man, though our outward man perish, that's how our inward man gets stronger day by day, and they are seeing it. They are seeing it. You can best believe they witnessing it, man. Okay, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, start at verse 4. It says, give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne. You see that? And reject me not from among thy children. Right, man. Reject me not. Give me the power. Give me the power to strengthen me. I'm weak. I'm feeble. I'm small on the earth. Okay, the wicked is strong. They got all the weapons. They got all the power. What can we do without this wisdom? What can we do without this power? Please don't reject me, Lord. That's what that's talking about. Give me wisdom. Give me power that sitteth by thy throne, and reject me not from among thy children. For I, thy servant and son of thy handmaid, am a feeble person. Okay, weak, and of a short time, and too young for the understanding of judgment and laws. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of man, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. And they understand that, man. The elites, the devil, the wicked. These are the nations. Started with Esau. Okay, they understand that, man. Okay, look at Ray Ray and Shaquita and the wicked of our people, man. Okay, the stupid, simple minds of our people. They got them. They ain't got no wisdom, man. They're just drunk with bullshit and wickedness and evil. Okay, they're drunk with it, man. And Esau is making money off our people being drunk with that crap. The wine that he's giving them to drink, and they drinking it, man, and they loving it. Okay, so Esau doesn't have to worry about them, a random nigga in the hood with a couple guns. Esau ain't got to worry about that. Okay, he has to worry about the spiritual, because he understands if the spiritual rise up and actually have Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai inside them to renew them, to strengthen them, there's nothing Esau can do. His weapons can't do nothing. Okay, at all, man. Okay, we are growing up day by day within spiritual power in Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Okay, that's beyond any weapons in existence. Okay, Esau knows that. That's why I'm going to go here. This will be a short lesson, but it lets you know, man, to remind you, you brothers out there that we are a spiritual threat. Don't forget that. This is serious. This ain't no joke, man. Okay, this ain't no joke what's happening here, man. They're looking at us and they like, shit. Damn, it's them. Shit, they know. We breaking down the scriptures, breaking down the prophecies, breaking down what's going to happen to them, what's going to happen to us. Okay, breaking down overall in general what's going to happen. Okay, and we breaking it down in the scriptures. We got power. They know it. Okay, let's go to Psalm chapter 2. And I've said this before, but yeah, this is one of my favorite chapters. Start at verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Okay, starting with Esau, the number one heathen. Okay, along with all the other heathens. Okay, and their councils. All right, like the UN, etc., etc. Verse 2, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. Now, his anointed don't have no physical power. We have no carnal weapons. Why are you coming against us? Why are you so scared? Why are you having these counsels? What's the problem? We can't harm you. Nothing we can do. Oh, but we have Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai within us, so we can do anything. On the spiritual sense, we can move mountains through the name and the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. That is spiritual. And you don't know what that's going to be. Okay? See, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, okay, the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Oh, man. They don't know what's going to happen, man. But they know we're real. They know we know because Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. We can't break this down by ourselves. Okay, so they understand that there is a power, okay, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai in the heavens working with us, that sent this wisdom down to us. Okay, that made our bones come back together. That breath talks about that breath. The bones came back together. I'm going to do a lesson on that, a separate one, Lord willing. So they understand this. Okay, so let's read this again. Verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Why you got to do that? What's the problem? Okay, because they can't do nothing with anything spiritual like that, man. What they gonna do? If you got a gun and they got a missile, they can just shoot the missile and you're done. Okay, but when we talk about this spiritual power coming from the throne, they can't do nothing with it. There's nothing they can do, man. Okay, but surrender. It's over, man. And if you don't surrender, which they're not, they're going to get totally destroyed in submission, and they ain't going to have no choice but to bow down at the end of the day. When Yahweh Shai comes down here with the angels, with the armies of heaven, man, come on, what they going to do? Okay, even before Yahweh Shai come down here with the army, and he's putting that volume, he's turning that volume up, and these different brothers, these different men that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, okay, and has access to a high level of wisdom and power. What they going to do with those, man? Shoot a missile on them? Go ahead, try. It's not going to work. So they scared, man. They scared. It talks about when the bones came back together, fear came upon them that saw them. Yeah, man, they scared, man, because of the wisdom. Okay, verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Right, man. Okay, there's nothing they can do. That's why the Lord gonna laugh, because it's nothing they can do. They're small, man. They think we small. No, y'all small. All right. Verse 5. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasures. Right, man. Judgment. Okay, he's gonna torture them, man. Okay, so don't forget, brothers, we are a big spiritual threat, man. Okay. We are spiritually armed and dangerous because we have Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in our inward man. And that inward man is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, to the point where they're going to have to do something. It's going to be too much of that power on the earth. They're going to have to do something, man. But like I said, their weapons is not stronger than what we have. Okay, even though they have all the carnal weapons they could wish, doesn't matter. All right. Let's end it on this scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to the pulling down of strongholds. Right. Okay, so this spiritual weapon we have is pulling down the strongholds on the earth, the wicked strongholds. Okay, it's happening, man. And I'm going to say it again. The secret council, the wicked, the elites, they know, okay, that our warfare is not carnal. That's why they're scared. They have the advantage carnally. We have the advantage spiritually. Okay. So with that, I want to give our praises and honor to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Rakah, Kodash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to your Akim out there that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.